next one, UK SentiSum. Discover, measure, monetize content. Welcome on stage. Okay, just to make sure.
I don't need the clicker.
Okay. I was just going to explain you how to use it. Yeah?
It's okay. I hope to get everything done in 2 minutes. So I'm from SentiSum. My name is Alex, and I'm going to start by outlining the problem and then the solution that we propose to the problem. So the publishing industry is in a little bit of trouble. A lot of traffic comes from social media to the publishers, and it doesn't stick around. So what we try to do is we try to make the content a little bit more engaging and contextual. And the visitors that come to the publishers' websites from social media that don't stick around are called flybys. And we try to turn the flybys into engaged readers. So how do we do that? First of all, we believe in data-driven decisions, and we analyze and track every single piece of content that an English-speaking publisher would publish. And then we track the social media, the shares, to allow the publisher to know exactly where they stand in their marketplace. And once they understand how their content is different to the publishers, to their competitors, they'll be able to see what content succeeds and what content doesn't. Once they have done that, we provide some API services. We provide free API services as it stands. The first one is a Summarization Api service. So we take content and we squeeze it into a small, easy to digest format. The use case would be if you are sending content to a mobile application, people do not really want to read blocks of text. So it's much easier and more engaging to provide people easy to understand bytes of content. The second API service that we provide is a content recommendation service. So our system is based on machine learning, and it understands exact context of an article. And because it understands the exact context of the article, we'll be able to recommend supplementary recommendations which are not the same, but in the same sphere. So if you're reading about climate change, nowadays, if you go to the Guardian website and you're reading about climate change, you'll see 6 more articles about climate change. We've spoke to publishers, and that's not really engaging. What our system does is it finds...
Great. Thank you. You're very brave without presentation, and but your time was finished, so
Sorry.
Please go ahead.
So it sounds like, there are free solutions out there that will tell you, whether people are engaged with your content and everything, such as Google Analytics, and there are some very established paid solutions that also do this stuff. How do you differentiate yourself from them?
So what we do is we analyze the content, and we analyze the sentiment, analyze the entities. We extract all the entities from content, like people, people, locations, companies. And then we'll be able to graph these entities and what people say about these entities to how the content trends on social media. And then we'll be able to predict whether content is likely to trend or not, because we have a track history of all the content, and we'll be able to model and hopefully give in a future a score whether this article is likely to trend or not. But that's just one of the services that we do. Most of our tech stack is in semantic analysis and natural language processing. So we do not take into account currently the user behavior of the website, because we don't have that access to that data. But we crawl and collect a lot of information from every single publisher. We've developed our own crawling engine, which learns as it crawls, which is the content, which is not. And then once the content is in our system, we'll be able to do very, very interesting things.
But you do almost the same thing like Outbrain and Taboola and the companies.
Yes.
How do you want to compete? They both raised roughly 200 million in the US dollar. One of them is a unicorn. How do you really want to compete against those two?
Okay, so Taboola is a content marketplace where they switch traffic from one publisher to another publisher. What we try to do is we try to get people to be more engaged in the content on their website. So for example, we know that if you're reading a particularly negative article, you might want to serve a more positive, light-hearted article to engage the user, because it's not it's not engaged. We've spoken to publishers and they say that serving the same type of content isn't very engaging, so you need to differentiate your recommendations.
What stage are you guys at the moment? What do
We
you have?
actually have a product, so our dashboard, which tracks the competitors, is live, and it's in trial with one of the biggest publishers in the UK, and we've signed we've signed up a very large publisher from this area, and we'll be tracking all their competitors, and we'll be providing data about how their competitors' content trends versus theirs. And yeah, we have a few clients. We've only 3 months old, so a pretty good velocity for now.
Okay, thank you very much.